I think it's time we get a little bit personal. I went on my Instagram and had them ask me questions that they have always wanted to ask me, but have been too afraid to ask. And let's just say I got some pretty interesting responses. Do you smoke the devil's lettuce? Were you ready to lose your V card? My wallet is ready. Are you? Let's begin. Do you think you are the best looking guy in the world? Be honest. No, definitely not. But that's a hard question because there's so many things that go into constituting how hot someone is or if someone's hot. There's personality, there's hygiene, there's status. And as much as you want to say that status doesn't change how attractive someone is, it does. My wallet is ready. Are you? I mean, shoot, I'll never turn down a little bit of cash, you know what I'm saying? How many calories do you eat a day? So I actually don't track my calories, but I do shoot for about 3,200 calories a day. I don't know how many I actually get, but that's what I should be getting, so that's what I shoot for. What was it like seeing your first video go viral? It was actually crazy because I remember it, like super good. I don't remember any other video but this one video. So take it back to about 2015, me and my friends started up this channel called All the Above. It's gone, so you're not gonna find it. Got to delete it for some reason. Anyways, someone in the comments requested we do a tickle feet challenge. I know, don't judge me. But I was like, yo, that's a great idea. So we did a tickle feet challenge. And I remember sitting there after I uploaded it, refreshing the page, and the views were just going up. I think it got up to like 1,000 views or something, which is actually kind of crazy. And then it got taken down. So I was like, why would they take this down? This was a banger video. So I kept re-uploading it, taking it down, which is probably why the channel got deleted. Rest in peace, All the Above. What do you do to become rich? Now, I honestly wouldn't even say that I'm rich, but I am certain that I'm gonna be wealthy at some point, and that's just because of the habits that I have formed and currently forming. Developing a good work ethic, good routines, surrounding myself with the right people, and consuming the right content. So if you need any help with getting started in the right place, I have videos all throughout my channel that you could watch that will hopefully get you headed in the right direction. What is your biggest inspiration in life? This question honestly got me thinking a ton because this is kind of my why factor and why I do everything that I do in life and my motivation behind everything. And it's essentially just the fact that I want to provide for my future family and want to give them a good life and be able to do the things that I want to do and my future family wants to do when that time comes. So I would say that's by far my biggest inspiration. This question kind of goes along with the last one. How do you get motivation to do things when you don't want to? And I would honestly just say, figure out why you're starting in the first place and take yourself back to that mental state that you were in. Because if you're putting yourself through all this pain, there's probably a pretty good reason of why you started doing it. So you just need to go back to that mindset and remember why you're actually putting yourself through this and what the outcome will be if you stay consistent with it. Do you have anything until now that you regret doing or not doing? Yes. And I would say the single biggest thing that it is not starting earlier. Whatever it is, it's not starting earlier. Whether it's working out, starting a business, starting a YouTube channel, anything. Just start today. There's nothing stopping you. You don't have to have the perfect equipment. You don't have to have the perfect conditions because frankly, you're never gonna have the perfect equipment or situation. And if you keep waiting for that time to come, you're never gonna start. So just start today. Dating? Question mark? No. Honestly, like, I do not think that I would be able to handle a relationship right now. If I did, it would have to be a super low maintenance girl that realizes that my life is absolutely freaking insane and I have very little time for him. But at this point, when I'm in a relationship, I like to give it my all. So I'm kind of putting relationship stuff to the side and focusing on growing myself for my future wife and help build myself up internally so that I could pull the girl that I'm wanting to pull in the future, building up my status of sort. How big is your closet? Well, it's actually a pretty great closet. If I do say so myself, it's got about 3 shelves in it. Have you ever been unhappy for a period of time in your life and why? And how did you overcome it? Bro, yes. And I think it's funny because a lot of people will look at some of these influencers who never show their bad sides and be like, they're perfect, they have these perfect lives, they're never sad. Everyone is going to have negative emotions. It's just part of being a human. We might not show it on social media because people don't want to portray bad things about themselves because they want to keep their status high, which is unreal, but everyone has those negative moments. A little bit of a background on one period of time in my life where I was a little bit, I wouldn't say unhappy, but more lost. So it was actually just a few months ago, and I realized that I had to do something to get to that next level that I wanted to be at in life, but I just had zero idea what to even do and how I could achieve these goals that I'm setting for myself that seem so far out of reach. So how I overcame it is I just did a ton of research, worked on myself a ton, and everything else kind of just flowed with it. I figured out what I wanted to do, what would be the most plausible for me to do at that time with my skill set, and I got to work on it as fast as possible. Now I'm currently working on it still. It's not like I'm a millionaire all of a sudden or like multi-millionaire overnight success. It's still a grind. I'm still working on it every single day, but that's what you have to do. Even if the returns aren't there right away, you have to keep consistent with it and take yourself back to that mindset that you were once in of, why did I start this? What is your ideal dream of a family? I think I want 3 kids. I want 3 kids, ideally 2 boys, 1 girl, girl the youngest. There's no really specific reason. I've just literally thought that way since I was younger. Ever since I can remember, that's what I've wanted for no apparent reason. What is your screen time like and how do you minimize it? So I actually talk a little bit about this in a few of my past videos, but what I do is I set app limits. So for example, on social medias like TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, I only get 30 minutes a day. So I just set limits. Once that limit turns off my app, you can open it and type in your password and get more time. I just don't do it. Next trip. So, as you guys know, I'm working on my house right now. Well, my parents' house. A little bit about that later. So I don't really have time to travel that much, but I do know we're going on a cruise in June once our house is done. And then me and a few of the boys are gonna try and go to Australia and just stay by ourselves in Australia and live it up. When are you planning on moving out? I'll be honest with you, I'm not in a rush. It's not because I can't afford it, but it's more just, why would I? It's so nice coming home to a made dinner every day, and my family is super supportive and everything, so I don't see why I would be in a rush to leave that. So I'm not in a rush to move out. I think I will move out once I get a girlfriend, go live on my own for a few months, and then we would eventually live together. So that's probably when I would move out. Hopefully that's not when I'm like 28 or something. What's your type? Oh, it was a question. What's your type? Okay, so honestly, looks wise, it does not matter to me at all. I do not give a crap about looks. If I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you. That's it. Personality wise though, there are a few different things that I like. One is being goal oriented. You have to have goals and you have to be motivated to achieve those goals. I don't want someone who's just lazy and doesn't push for anything. I like to do these crazy physical challenges sometimes, and I think it'd be so dope if a girl would do some sort of physical challenges with me. I want someone who you like look at him and you're like, that's a nice person. You know, like just your first judgment is they are a nice person. Did you getting big get you more girls? Honestly, no. Actually, maybe, I don't know. I don't think like, it won't seal the deal with a girl. If there's a girl you like, getting big most likely won't seal the deal with her, but I think initial attraction, more girls will be attracted to you. What's your life motto and why? Oh shoot, this is a good question. Okay, I like this. There's no such thing as failure until you quit. You could be going at it for years and years and not making any progress, but you still haven't failed yet. You haven't failed until you quit and give up on that dream that you were pushing towards. What is one dream that you've let go of? Dude, this one hits like, I don't ever have like dreams, but thinking back, I just remember when I was younger, I wanted to be a pro athlete so bad. I wanted to be in the NFL so bad, and that was my dream. But then my size kind of got in the way and I quit, which is where the failure came in, and my dream was just gone out the window. If I would have stuck to it, I would have had a lot better chance. I'm not saying that I could have gone pro, but I would have had a better chance than if I would have quit like I did. Best starter protein powder. So I get so many questions about the supplements that I take every single day. And let me tell you, if you're looking for the all-in-one package, Man Sports is your go-to. And I got you guys with a little hookup. I can get you guys 20% off. So if you go to their website, find something you like, their protein powder is absolutely freaking amazing. Doesn't taste too much like protein powder, so it's my go-to. Use code Carson and you'll get 20% off your entire order. And speaking of the gym, I think it's about time to hit a little leg day. Absolutely killer freaking workout. Leg pump went too crazy, bruh. Anyways, let's get back to the questions. When will your new house be complete? So we're hoping for May to June, and at that point we'll move in. I'll give you guys a nice little cinematic house tour. Are you invested into stocks, ETFs, crypto, etc.? If so, are you willing to share your portfolio? So I am. I just barely started getting into it a few months ago, so I don't have that much in it. It wouldn't be that interesting for you guys. But just so you know what I do invest in, not financial advice, so don't copy what I do. In stocks, I do the S&P 500, which is that's the top 500 companies in the US. And for crypto, I just invest in Ethereum. What's happening to the C8? And if something is happening, what's the replacement? So I still have the C8. I was gonna sell it. I think it's still listed, but it hasn't sold yet. The car market's crashing, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I honestly have not thought about it at all. But I've kind of decided over the years that I'm not really a fast car person. I don't drive that fast. I've kind of more decided that I'm like a luxury car type of person. So there's another question about this later. But as of now, I'm keeping the C8. How would you describe your mental health life right now? Honestly, freaking wild, stressful, a lot going on. It's hectic, but I know in the long run it'll all be worth it. How much money do you get from doing YouTube? So, I don't know, have I ever talked about this? I don't know if I've ever talked about this on my channel before, so this is kind of crazy, but I do want to be open about my finances because I think a lot of people have a misinterpretation of what YouTubers make. So honestly, on a monthly basis, I don't get that much from YouTube. Maybe like $2,000 a month. That's right now though. My channel is basically dead because I haven't been that consistent, but don't worry. A few months time, it'll come back. I'm not worried about it. But I think all time from YouTube in my entire life of having a channel, I've made like 300,000 from AdSense. So like, yeah, it's a lot of money, but I don't think it's as much as people think. Now, if I were to do more informative content or different types of content that would get my RPMs higher, that number could be million, 2 million. Were you ready to lose your V card? H, yeah, bruh. I think it's something like every boy is super excited for. They're a little bit nervous because like you never know, but everyone's excited about it. What's your favorite thing about Carson? Dude, this is a nice question. I like this one. I would say probably my work ethic. I would say definitely my work ethic. And ever since I can remember, I've always been a super heartfelt person. Like, I get super sensitive to people, but I don't show my emotions that much. So I care a lot about how other people are feeling in the moment. So if someone's down or if someone's uncomfortable, I can always tell, and it always pulls my heartstrings when I can tell someone's in an uncomfortable situation. Do you smoke the devil's lettuce? Nope. I have never smoked, I've never drank, I've never vaped, none of that. And I know it's probably like oh, he's lying, he's just saying that for the video. But I'm trying to be so transparent with you guys, but I've seen how stuff like that destroys people's lives. And I'm not saying if you do it, it's gonna destroy your life, but just be cautious because there's always those occurrences. So I would just recommend staying away from it. Finally, what is your dream car? And when do you think you can afford it? So as of now, my dream car is a Mercedes AMG GT4 C63. Long freaking name, I know. But it's just this dope car. It's a 4-door, like a family car. I don't have a family. I'm gonna be riding solo in that thing. But I'm gonna be looking nice while I do it. It's just sexy. Like if I saw someone riding in that, I'd be like, dude, they're probably sexy. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of sit down video. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'll see you next time. Peace.